Hello everybody, it's Suzanne here, and let's do some makeup. I've already prepped my skin with my beloved Elizabeth Arden Purvage Moisturizer and the eye cream and the throat cream. Now I've also started with the e.l.f. primer. Whoops, and there it goes on the floor. We'll pick it up later. Next step is the foundation. Currently I like to mix my foundation. So this is what I do. I take 2 pumps of my number 5 Armani Luminous Silk foundation with 1 pump, that's number 5, and then 1 pump of the 7. I really like doing a custom blend with this. Then I'm taking a little bit of the shimmer and add that to it. Not too much, just a little, like that. Do you see? There we go. All right, now let's mix this all up together. This is what it looks like. Back of the hand is a great palette to mix anything on. Okay, so this is mixed. Now apply. Move the hair. Okay, something everywhere. Okie dokie. And next step is a wet or moistened sponge, beauty blender, whatever you want to call it. And you stipple the foundation into your skin. Stipple, 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 stipple. We're not rubbing, we are pressing it into the skin. Doesn't take very long. As you do this and you go over and over and over, the color gets nicely dispersed where you need it. I've tried just squirting it on my face and letting it run. I don't like that feeling. I see a lot of people do that. I just kind of freak out having it run down my face. All right, don't forget along your hairline, also your jawline. We don't want any big lines of demarcation. I think I need to do a little more here. All right, first step is done. Next step is concealer. You put concealer on first. No, put foundation on first, then concealer, because you need to know how much coverage you're going to need. If your foundation does it all, fine. If you need a little concealer, that's when you know. Also, I like using concealer as a highlighter. So this is the first step in highlighting. My concealer is at its end. I'm using a little brush to dig out the rest. This stuff is so good that I don't want to waste any of it. This is a Revlon concealer. I'm going to, let's do the under eyes first. Do my triangle underneath the eye and fill it in. Kind of pat it in. So not only am I covering the dark circles that I have here, but I'm going to highlight the rest of this area as my makeup goes on. And I love this concealer brush. It is sturdy. It can handle a thick cream. It's important to use the right brush for the job. All right, so that's been placed. Next, I'm going to highlight my forehead, down my nose, it doesn't have to be completely accurate because we're going to blend. So on the top of the jawline right here, a little bit of concealer. And I need a little, here I have a little shine through of some vascular business going on here. And here got blue little lines showing through. Okay, that's all covered. The next step again would be blending, and I'm taking my wet sponge again that I used for the foundation, and again stippling it into the foundation. Press, press, press. We don't want to rub. If you start rubbing, you rub the concealer away, and we don't want that. So here we go. Stipple, stipple, stipple. Press, press, press. All right, if you don't know me, my name is Suzanne. I am a makeup artist and esthetician, facialist. I got my start in skincare in Wiesbaden, Germany at the Berufsfachschule für Kosmetik, where I got a degree in total body skincare and makeup. Also, do little nails, but that's not my favorite. So, now I'm going to use my finger. Your fingers are also very good tools in makeup. So, yes, the Berufsfachschule für Kosmetik, Irmgard Stieber. I graduated there in 1985. Yes, this is dating me. I am 53 years old, so I have a lot of experience in the field. All right, next step is contour. I'm using this double-sided contour and highlight. I'm just going to use the contour today. So I'm going to place the contour in the hollows of my cheeks, right there. If I want to accentuate my cheeks, I'll go like this. I'm going to go down the sides of my nose because I want to elongate my nose and slenderize my nose, and I have a little hump right here that with a little bit of contour it'll disappear. And then I'm going to shorten the tip. Then I'm going to create balance by applying the contour on my forehead to bring that down. And then I'm going to create some sharp lines, or a sharper jawline, let's put it that way, on my jaw. All right, I'm gonna add a little here and here. I think I placed it all a little right there in the Cupid's bow. So now I've got a different wet sponge because I don't want to mix the colors too much and when I blend. So this is dark. This is my dark color beauty blender, and I'm going to just blend in the contour. Now this gives me dimension. Using contour and highlight gives dimension to the face, especially when we are talking about photo makeup. The camera makes your face look flat. It just does. So when you accentuate the high points and the hollow points of your face, it just creates dimension, and then the camera really loves what it sees. It is an amazing effect for the camera. So here we go. Take the time to blend. If in doubt, blend a little more. And then now we're going down the nose. Tip of the nose. Cupid's bow. And jawline. Once you get a hang of this, it goes really quickly, I promise. I'm going to go over one more time. next step for me is, whoops, eyeshadow primer. For me, this is Elizabeth Arden's Eye Fix. Eye Fix keeps your eyeshadow on and keeps it from creasing. Eye Fix has been around for 40 years? 40 years, I think. I think Elizabeth Arden came out with it in the 70s. The late 70s. And my gosh, it's been around since then. If it works, don't fix it. It is an amazing product. One of the first eyeshadow primers that was ever out in the market. And did you know Elizabeth Arden, there was a woman called or named Elizabeth Arden. She started the company in 1906 in New York, and she made it socially acceptable for us women to wear makeup, because at the time only actresses and ladies of the night wore makeup. So no decent woman deemed it okay to wear makeup until Elizabeth Arden came around and taught women how to wear it in a way where it just accentuated their beauty. So thank you, Elizabeth Arden. All right, next step is powder. I like using a pressed powder. It's also a Revlon product, just like the concealer was. So I take my brush, I load it up. There we go. And then again, we are pressing the powder in at first. Okay, and the first area I put it on is always the eyes to set that eye fix. All right, so we're pressing that powder into the skin, because if you at this point start to sweep it, you guess what's going to happen? That powder disperses into the air and does not settle in the skin where you need it. Then you're going to go, huh, well, I need more. You end up using a whole lot more powder than necessary because you've wasted half of it, and you're thinking, oh wow, I went through this powder really quickly. So press it in, press it in, press it in. Give the foundation a chance to grab that powder before you start buffing it in. I'm going to add or take a small powder brush and go underneath the eyes and really press that in here. Again, as I said, the right brush for the right job. Trying to get into this with a big brush, not a good idea. It doesn't do a good job. Any hollows, like for instance here along the nostril, you want to get in there with a smaller brush, and also right here. Okay, so we're letting that sit for just a half a second. Put this away. All right, now I'm taking my brush and I'm going to buff it. Buff, buff, buff. This works the powder in. Helps set the foundation even more. And you're buffing away any excess. Now you can use your setting spray on top of this. I'm going to. You can wait until the end or do it again at the end. Although I really don't like to be sprayed in the face. It's not my favorite thing. But it does a good job. So for me, the next step now is I'm going to use color. And I'm going to use color from the brows and then down. So let me see where I put my brow color. Oh, here it is. All right. Again, an Elizabeth Arden product. It is called, it's Color Beautiful Brow Shaper and Eyeliner in Brunette number 4. I'm blonde, but I'm needing something darker. All the blonde or taupe colors for me are just too light. I'm not liking the effect and the results. So I'm going to use this brunette. I'm using my angled brush. It's very sturdy and it has a spoolie end. So I'm going to wet this brush. I have a wet paper towel. It's not sopping wet. I'm just going to wet the bristles and then dip it into the color, like so that you can see, like this. All right. Then, if you watched this before, welcome to your rerun. We're going to measure the brows. I'm going to go up on the nostril, on the top of the nostril, up over into the eyebrow, and mark the beginning. Here we go. So, there's my first dot. And go from the bottom of the nostril over the outside corner of the eye and mark the end of the brow. All right, there we go. Then, bottom of the nostril, up over the pupil, and here's the high points. So we're going to connect the dots. The first line always in brows is the bottom front. The beginning, we're going to connect the first dot with the high point dot. See? One line. You don't have to do it in one line. This time I did. Sometimes it takes me more. It just depends. Just get that line in there. All right? And then we're going to go from the high point down to the end. There we go. And then from the high point to the end at the top. So we're kind of creating a little wedge, thicker here, thinner there. All right, don't worry if it's not that neat. You can really make a nice, neat finish with some concealer at the end. All right, now the tricky part is, what do we do here? We want this lighter than the rest. So I'm gonna go in a couple of millimeters and go from here to the high point. All right, here. And I'll start filling it in. All right, now I'm going to go vertically and do little lines like this. Then I'm going to take my spoolie and brush the color through. I think I need a little bit of a Q-tip right here. All right, a little more blending right at the beginning. And a little more color here. There we go, that's your brow. So very quickly, I'm going to do the other side the same way as I did the first. And when you learn this technique, you can then do anybody's brow, and it'll always turn out perfect. There we go. And here we go with the first line. Doesn't take long at all. And the wonderful thing about makeup, we're not performing brain surgery here, really. It's makeup. If you make a mistake, take it off, do it again. add some concealer, make it work. It's really not that hard. It just takes practice. It really just takes practice, I promise. And here we go, here we go, here we go. A lot of dead air. I'm not talking too much this morning. Need a little bit of... It will be fixed in just a moment. So anyway, I was telling you where I came from Germany. Then I came to Las Vegas, where I worked for and with Emmy Award winning makeup artists Ron Figley Wild and Karen Stevens. There I learned so much. I can't thank the two enough. Working with them was an amazing experience. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so now I was a little messy with my brow, and what do? Well, you take your concealer brush and your concealer and you clean it up. You give yourself the straight lines that you want and need. There we go. There's the bottom. Here's the top. If you want it here too, you can do that here. Let's do the other side. And on the bottom as well. Oh, there's a hair. And then this. Now, don't leave it like this. You must blend. Blending is key. You do not want a big, light brow frame. You just don't. You just want to clean that brow up, and then you want to blend. All right, and I have a little sponge here that we're going to press everything in with. Now you don't have to do this, the brow frame, if you don't want to, if it doesn't need it. Let's do this a little, since I'm at it. There we go. Straighten that line just a little. Okay. Okay. Simple as that. All right. The next step for me is eyeshadow. And today I'm just going to do a regular beauty eyeshadow using the wet brush method. That means that I'm going to take my brushes and wet them on the paper towel. I'm using the Elizabeth Arden palette. It has so many great colors. Eyes, cheeks, and lips. A little bit of highlighter. Just love it. All in one. It's my go-to lately. So, here we go. My eyeshadow. I'm going to start with a small fluffy brush. I'm going to wet it. And I'm going to be using, here we go, this Pretty Plum. And I'm going to place that into the crease. and bring it a little down into the corner. And as this dries, I can blend it very nicely. See how that looks? I like wetting that brush. First of all, it just grabs that color beautifully, and it really reduces the fallout, what falls onto your cheek when you apply powder. So, just really nicely done. I'm going to do the other eye now with the same color and technique. Here we go. I think I need a little more wet brush. Okay, and we're blending that color. Really pretty dry down. Wonderful things you can just blend, blend, blend until you get the color hue where you want it. So, there we go. See? Nicely placed. All right. Next step for me is I'm taking a flat brush, wetting it, and now I'm going to dip it into the brown. And going at a 45-degree angle here at the end of the eye, at the outside corner. And then I'm bringing it in onto the first color and into the crease, and we're blending it into the eye. There we go. Turned out very nicely. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the other eye. Again, 45-degree angle. As you get older, you will know things start to move down. Gravity starts to pull. Anything that you do to lift the eye, you will be thankful for. You want to lift and open those eyes. So you don't go flat. You don't go down with the eyeshadow. You always try to open it up and open up those eyes. And here we go. Trying to make it even. Onto the lid. Let me check it. All right. Next, I'm going to take my fluffy brush, wetting it, and I'm going to be using this really pretty pink. It's a pink. I don't know if you saw it in the camera. It's a little bright here, but it's a pink, I promise. And I'm going to just apply it into the corner anywhere that I have not applied eyeshadow on the lid. That's where that color is going. Yipper. Let's do the other eye. Oh, okay. All right, now I'm going to take a fluffy brush like this, and I'm going to blend a little more. It's all about the blending. All about the blending. I think I want a little more of the light pink right here, and right here. There we go. I like it. Okay, so the next step would be what's going on underneath the brow, or the brow, what am I talking about? The eye. So I'm going to take my pointed fluffy brush. I'm wetting it again, and I'm dipping it into the first color, that really pretty wine, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to go underneath the lash line like that. And then let's do the other eye. Keeping it fairly close to the lash line. Oh, I just poked myself. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to take the brown again with the same brush, moistened, and I'm going to do the outside corner of the eye and bring it in. Again, same thing here. Ooh. All right. If you think you went a little too far, use a Q-tip, bring it up. There we go. Now I'm going to use a black eyeliner, and I'm going to do the waterline right here. And I'm also going to go into the corner, the top and the bottom. And you can also do the top waterline. Oh, there we go. Let's, excuse me, let's do the other eye. Excuse me, swallowed wrong. Okay, so into the waterline, here we go. Okay, now my eyes are watering. Whew. A tickle in the throat. And then the top waterline. Oh, pretty effect. But okay. And I want to use a black gel liner to finish off the top. Where's the black? This is the black. There we go. Gel liner. Oh, and it's still tickling me. All right, now I need the right brush. Here's the right brush. There we go. It is a very sturdy little brush that came with this that I love to use. So I'm just going to take some of this and then do a line. I like going from the outside in. Whew. My eyes still start turning to water. Ooh, not good. All right, we're doing the same thing on this side. Bring that line into the corner. Okay, and that was that. The last step for me is now mascara. Now I am a huge fan of lash extensions. They've made my eyes look fabulous, even if I do just a little bit of makeup. They've made my life really easy. Thank you very much, Jess, my lash girl. And now all I have to do is apply a little bit of mascara on the bottom lash line. And this. Whoops, I messed up. Again, Q-tip fixes everything. All right. I'm going to sweep off anything that has fallen off with a clean brush. All right, so now the next step would be a little bit of blush. We want to warm up the face. I've done the contour, a little bit of highlighter. It's looking still a little flat. Now you want to warm up that face. I'm using this pretty pink. Right here. Onto my cheek. The apple of my cheek. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and now a little bit on my high points of my forehead. Just warming up the face. A little bit of a sun-kissed effect. Who doesn't want to look sun-kissed? A little bit on the tip of my nose. And a little bit on my chin. I got a hair here. Yep, gone. So. It's the little touches that really make the difference when it comes to makeup. All right, now the fun part, the highlighter. I'm going to use the highlighter in here. Loading up a big fluffy brush, pointed like that. And there we go, see? I'm going to dab a little highlighter right here. See how it catches the light? Don't worry, we're going to blend it in a minute. Again here. A little bit on the nose right here. And then a little on the tip right there. A little bit on my forehead right here. And a tiny little bit on the Cupid's bow on the upper lip. All right, so yes, this is a lot. Now we're taking my clean brush and we're going to blend that. This is day, I'm not doing any photos. don't need that big of a flashback. So blend, 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 and blend. You can also put it right here if you wanted to, but not too much. You don't want to overdo it with highlighter. You don't want a whole face just lighten up. No, just strategically placed. All right, that's that. Last step for me today is lip. I'm also going to be using the colors out of my Arden Holiday palette. Let me put on my glasses so I can find the lip liner that I want. All right. And I'm going to do a nude lip today. So I'm starting with the lip liner. It is Beautiful Color Precision Glide Lip Liner in Ballet Blush. Ooh, I like that name. Ooh, it's really pretty. Look at that. I like that. Okay. Okay, onto the vermilion border right here on the bottom lip. And then I'm going to go over the vermilion border to give me a little larger upper lip. Again, I'm trying to create balance. My upper lip is a little smaller than my lower, so here we go. All right, really pretty color. Then I'm going to be taking this nude right here. And that was that. I'm going to spray one last time with the setting spray. And we are done. Thank you everybody for watching. If this was entertaining, educational, let me know. Please give me some thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. Until next time, love to you all.